Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is listen to any tech support that's provided.
What value of z is a solution to this equation?
So it's asking us what value of z is a solution to this equation, and they give us two different options. So this is kind of nice. It's like a multiple choice. Now you could go about solving this a couple of different ways. I'm going to show you what I think is the most efficient way, and then how we can use what we know to check our work, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. I'm going to use my hover camera because what you need to do on your own is you need to make sure you have some paper, okay? And you need to go 11 plus z. Now remember, we use a letter. It could be any letter. In this case, it's z. That's our variable. And variables are used to represent or to take the place of some unknown number. We don't know what that number is, but we can figure it out. And remember that we have some opposite operations. We have addition and subtraction that are opposite of each other, and they can undo each other. And then we have multiplication and division, which are opposite from each other and can undo each other, okay? So these are the opposite operations. In this case, I have 11 and I'm adding it to z. Well, it's a positive 11 because we've discussed our positive and negative integers, and we know that anytime a number doesn't have a sign before it, it's the same as adding it, right? It's a positive number. Well, the opposite of adding 11 is subtracting 11. And in order, whenever we're working with equations, what we do to one side of our equal sign, we have to do to the other to keep our equation balanced. So this cancels itself out, and I get my z all by itself, 20 take away 11. Well, I could use my multiplication or my hundreds chart if I wanted to, and I could go 20 and count back to 11. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? I could do that. I could also go and borrow from my tens place, make that a 1. 10 take away 1 is 9. That's another way you could solve that. So z is equal to 9. Now you've got two answer choices here, 8 or 9. Well, we just worked it out. Another way you could have approached this was to go 11 plus 8 equals 20. And check your work. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 10 is 19. That's not going to work, right? 19 does not equal 20, right? I know that 19 is not equal to 20. So I can go back in, and is 11 plus 9 going to equal 20? Yeah, it does. So you can go either way you want. It might be more efficient for you to do some mental math strategies. It might be more efficient for you to balance your equation and solve by doing the opposite. So I'm going to choose z equals 9 and submit. Fantastic. Oh, good. They've got another equation up here. This time we've got 5p equals 50. Well, remember, anytime I have a number next to a letter, that variable, right? This means that we're multiplying right here. This is the same as 5 times p, or 5 groups of p, or the same as 5 with p in parentheses. But we don't know what p is, so we're going to solve for that. What's opposite of multiplying? Remember, we had addition and subtraction were opposite of each other, and multiplying and dividing are opposite of each other. So in order to undo, right, to figure out what p is, I can get rid of that 5 by dividing by 5 on both sides. P equals 50 divided by 5. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Then I can go back in and solve or check my answer. And I can kind of look at it this way as 5 times p, if p were 10, 5 times 10 equals 50. Maybe it's easier to think about 5 times 11. I know that anything times 11 is itself twice, right? That's not the answer. You might have been faster just to look and do some mental math for this one. Submit. Good work. Great job. And you're going to keep practicing this. I think the key is to remember, what are our opposite operations, or what am I doing here? When I look at this one, this is the same as 8 times W, or 8 times this. So is 8 times 6 going to give you 64, or is 8 times 8 going to give you 64? You can use your math back chart, okay? But checking your work, thinking about what are my opposite operations.